Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, the city of the Peach State. Atlanta is a vibrant city, but in the same time a dangerous one. The drug market brought many gangs into the city, notorious gangs like the Surenos. So today we gonna talk about the South Side Rascals, a Sureno gang that made noise in Atlanta with their wars and their ambition for money. Follow me into the video and let me take you around the Atlanta ghetto. Being a grown city, a lot of people moved in Atlanta looking for a better life. Most of the new residents moved with their families, and being busy with work, parents left their kids on their own at home. With nobody leading them to the right path, these kids found their father figures in the hood, and those father figures were older gang members that teach them what they knew better: gangbanging. 10-year-old kids joined their neighborhood gang known as Surenos quick because the gang members showed them what they needed the most: love and protection. But these too came with a price, and soon, the young gang members started to do missions for their team, their family to be exact. Not to hate, young members learned quick that they have rivals. Like Rudy Contreras, known in the streets as Shorty. Patrolling in the neighborhood, Rudy spotted some rival gang members, the Brown Side Locos, known gang, under the infamous 18th Street. He shouted at them and attempted to punch one of the rival gang members in the face, but soon, Rudy realized that he made a wrong move. One of the Locos had a loaded gun on him, so he pulled it and shot at Shorty 9 times, hitting him twice. These gangs live by the street law. So what that Brown Side Loco gang member did to Shorty did not scare the members of the South Side Rascals. It infuriated them, and Locos need to pay for that. The South Side Rascals' need of revenge takes us to 4th of March in Smyrna, Georgia. In 2003, at 4 p.m., 5 Sureno members called a cab to take them across town. The crew was led by one of the gang's leading members, an OG known as Puppet. The cab driver finally arrived, but he couldn't imagine what will happen next, neither Puppet with the other Sureno members. While making small talk, the driver revealed that he was an ex-member of the Brown Side Locos, the gang that nearly killed Puppet's fellow gang member, Shorty. The driver's statement was like a hair in the soup for the Sureno crew, so Puppet was ready to take action. At 4:15, the cab driver along with the angry Sureno members pulled up to an isolated road. The next thing we will hear about this is just gunshots. OG Puppet shot the driver in the back of his head. The crew took the cab and fled the scene, leaving the driver's body there. They left the cab into another county and was found later on by the local police. The gang members used the victim's phone to get another cab, and that's how the cops tied the murder to Puppet and his fellow Surenos. Puppet was caught and sentenced to life in prison for murder, but it worth it. South Side Rascals become a threat to their ops, and they became feared. Atlanta, Georgia. This growing city is the busiest airport in the United States, not just the busiest streets. Many people pass through this airport every day, and because of the new residents, Atlanta started to look like Los Angeles because of its gang problem. When the crack era kicked in around the 1980s, Mexican cartels started to move dope around Atlanta. They hired natives from Atlanta to do the dirty work, but the gangs from the other US states wanted a piece of action. Gangs like Surenos, who arrived around 1995. This type of gang was never seen before around Atlanta. Two Mexican Americans started to make noise around the city of the Peach State by bringing the California gang culture here. Chico and Chara were the ones that brought the Surenos in Atlanta. They started to recruit new members, and it didn't take that long for the Surenos to become major players in the drug market and becoming a dominant street force. Everyone was new to the Atlanta streets, so they had something to prove that they are nothing to mess with. By the year 2000, Surenos gained 1,000 new members. They offered money and power to the Hispanic kids that wanted in. Atlanta started to get tagged with spray paint as the gang members started to claim new territories. They adopted the Los Angeles gang culture quick. Atlanta Surenos started to get organized. Every member had his own place in the gang. The youngsters go as tinies, the older ones go as midgets, and the socios are the top-ranking members of the gang. Tinies are playing a major role in the gang. They are the ones who put in work the most. They are the soldiers of the gang. By putting in work, they make money for the gang, and that's everybody's job. Because with money they can fund wars to be in the top of the hierarchy. If you do the opposite, you can face major consequences like getting beaten or even worse, to be kicked out of the gang. To be in the gang, you need to be active and to earn respect. So it's a never-ending cycle of violence and greed. Atlanta law enforcement knew the gang had to be stopped somehow, and they asked for help. In 2003, the FBI got involved. The FBI watches all the police reports so they can start to investigate a particular gang. And that's what happened in this case. The FBI started to work with the local police. Their plan was to put the gang under the RICO statute. They hoped to lock up as many gang members and deport others. In August 2005, the feds of local law enforcement made their move. In 2 days, more than 70 members of the Surenos were locked up, including their leaders. Most of them got convicted of crimes such as murder or drug trafficking. SSR 13 started to fall apart, but taking out the leaders caused a new problem, one the authorities didn't expect it. They will have more individuals acting on their own without any direction. That made the street violence to be out of control. The gang started more brutal and unorganized wars that nobody wanted. Like in 2005, when a member of South Side Rascals known as Spider G was at a local convenience store with his family when they ran into members of a rival gang, the Riverside. They jumped one of the rival gang members, but his fellows ran back to their van and got their guns. Next thing you know, Spider G is shot in the chest. The bullet had missed Spider's heart by 1 inch, but the rivals among with the feds couldn't stop the infamous Sureno gang. SSR 13 started growing like wildfire. This gang influenced the community so much that it became a family thing. New members were born into the gang having families of Surenos. So this gang is unstoppable, with many children joining the gang or following their father's footsteps into the vicious cycle of violence. When it's gonna stop, we don't know, but we are here with brand new documentaries about the street life. This was the video for today, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. And I hope y'all don't take this as an example, because it's not the type of life you want to lead. This was Hip Hop List Daily, and don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to click the notification bell. See you in the next video.